Hey, folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Thursday, June 26th. Got another good question from the comments here. But before I get to that one, great one yesterday as well from the stat man. But I just got a comment on yesterday's, or actually it was Tuesday's afternoon drive from Macaroni Salad JC, who said, "Shut up, Alan," with the laughing emoji. I don't know what he was referring to specifically, but I'd just like to reply, this whole thing doesn't work very well if I shut up. Sort of me talking is kind of an essential part and parcel to what we're doing here. Anyway, just amusing. The comment I want to get to is from the other day, from the dear Christopher Sexton, longtime member of the audience here. And he has a question about sort of effort and it's long, but we'll get through it. O'Neal Cruz the other day of the Pirates was being lazy, not running through first base and not going after a ground ball in the outfield. George Pickens not blocking and all that BS. Deontay Johnson, similar stuff over the years, to name a few things. Is it bad coaching, players, maybe just bad days for guys, or is it this generation just lazy, spoiled by air conditioning, being inside on the phone too much? What's the deal? Players weren't like this before. Yeah, they might have been bad, but they worked hard at being bad. Now it's like no one cares. Too cool for school. I don't know. I'm tired of it. Steelers can be better than they have been. Yes. And I think there's it is not the players that has changed. It is what coaches can do about it that has changed. I mean, and it starts at the high school level. If you don't play your star player, you're getting fired. So if your star player defies you, taking away playing time is not an option. Yelling and screaming and threatening, threatening will get you arrested now in high school. You cannot be a disciplinarian as a coach anymore. That path is gone. It doesn't work. It will never work again. The players have too much agency over what's happening. Yell at a kid, he's going to transfer. Yell at a kid, his parents are going to go to the school board and get you fired. Yell at a kid, his parents are going to go to the police and file a police report. Yell at a college kid, he's going to transfer. Go somewhere else where he makes more NIL money. Yell at a pro, he's just going to ignore you because he makes 10 times as much as you do, and why should he care? It is just not the power the power balance has shifted dramatically to the players. There's nothing a coach can do. Yelling will not help. Threatening will not help. Taking away playing time will not help. And so you have these players that have been told they're the best since they were in middle school, that have been coddled throughout the process, that are extremely talented athletically, that are never made to be accountable for their actions. And there's nothing that any of their coaches along the way can do to stop it. Now, you can decry this and say this is bad. And obviously, I think the examples you give are bad. But the other side of that is players increasing their agency in the sport has been a good thing for a lot of things. It's just, this is a side effect, right? I mean, used to be guys had to go get summer jobs because they weren't making enough money playing professional football for it to be a full-time career. Used to be college kids, their coach could leave and go to a new school if he was offered a new job, but they couldn't. They were stuck there. Used to be college kids couldn't make any money even though their coaches were millionaires. Used to be high school coaches could get away with all kinds of heinous abuse with no repercussions. We've moved forward in a lot of ways, and this is sort of the price that we have to pay for giving players more agency. And you can't undo it. And like I said, you can't yell your way out of it. The right path, the path that the most successful coaches I know right now in all levels of football take, is you engage with the people. You try to build relationships with them. You try to have an understanding of why these things are important for a player to do, why they matter, who they matter to, and why it's better for the player and the team in the long run if they do the things they're supposed to do. Most players are going to get it. Most players are going to accept that relationship style of coaching. And honestly, most players react better to that. But some will not. Some will have people in their ear telling them they're the best, that they don't have to listen to any coach, that they already know more about what they're supposed to be doing than their coach does. The thing their coach wants to do is not what's going to get them paid, so it doesn't matter. And there's nothing that any coach can do about that. Sometimes those players going through pain fixes that. Sometimes you got to cut them. Sometimes you got to trade them. Sometimes you got to feel some real pain before they get it, before they start to understand. I think some of the words from Deontay Johnson this week have shown, look, Deontay Johnson got to Baltimore and said, nah, I'm good. I don't want to play. Like he could. Like it didn't matter to the team whether he played or not, because Deontay Johnson meant so much to that team that there wasn't going to be any repercussions for him choosing that action. He found out that wasn't true. Then he went and found out again in Houston. Now he's in Cleveland on a vet min deal after being a receiver that was probably poised to make, I don't know, 15, 18 million a season. That's some serious humble pie. Maybe he's going to get it now. Maybe he won't. I don't know. Some guys do eventually, and some guys never do. But there's nothing a coach or a manager can do to change people who don't want to be changed. I think the best thing you can do if you're in those positions is to do a better job of vetting the character of the people that you're bringing into the organization beforehand. And I think that's why, as I talked with Smitty yesterday, I think it's very clear that Omar Khan has placed a higher level of emphasis on the character of the people that are walking in the door. I think the Steelers got away with some stuff for some years there. And I think they are kind of getting back to fundamentals here when it comes to who do we want to be a Pittsburgh Steeler? Who do we want to be a part of this locker room? Who is bought in and who is not? And I think that's the only thing you as an organization can really do. Because once you got them, you try your hardest, but you can't make it. Can't make it. So, and look, as far as O'Neal Cruz goes, I would try very hard if I played for the Pirates either. They're clearly not trying very hard to win, so turnabout's fair play. That's all I got for this morning. Me, Smitty, Mike DeFabo from The Athletic on the afternoon drive today, just after 6 o'clock. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss an episode. Morning Rush, afternoon drive, all the stuff we got going on here on the YouTube channel. Head over to SteelersNow.com. Check out the written work. We'll see you this afternoon. Until then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.